Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And the defense closes quickly there, and we'll get maybe a yard to the 33. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The man in motion is Brown. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Flush to his right. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass. After the penalty, it's Elliott.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a lot more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Jones has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The Packers at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll work this down inside the 30. In motion left is Watkins. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. He's got the connection to Cooper. Down inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Jones will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. Jones again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 60. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on the first or second seed come playoff time.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
That should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. In motion left is Watkins. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one's swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll send the tight end in motion. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the block.
And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. It's caught. Beckham. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now on first down. He's got a man complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cooper, the man in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
The kick by Crosby is good. So that Charles all season long right there.
And you know he's really excited about that. The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Packers.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Meanwhile, Dak's throw here taken in by Isabella. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
A first down carry by Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
And that'll be complete to Dillon.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
In motion left is Watkins. Here's Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Touchdown, Packers.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it up. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now Rodgers. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
That one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the 4th. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovered. He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! Sammy Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. In motion left comes Brown. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Touchdown. Michael Gallup, 43 yards. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. On 1st down, Rodgers. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Hey, you block over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Able to find Isabella. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To the air again, Prescott. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Line of scrimmage, again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw is Prescott. Going up top. He's got a man complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And this is going to be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth and goal. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers throwing here. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Slot man moves right. Rodgers to throw once more. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Packers, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2.